Hello all. It is I, Dragon's Fury, at it again with the illustrious Inferno Drake.
Oh,
Um, so let's just get right into it. Big shout out to our new follower. Thank you for following. Um, we are close to double digits, which is cool. And we are up
moving on up.
in we're up in views. We're almost in the next bracket of 10. And whoever was the one that was in Belgium that found us, cool. We're really reaching those different regions. So that's always awesome. So at this
I heard you
point,
guys have good drinks out there.
yeah, let us know. So right now we have the States, Australia, South Africa, Singapore, and Belgium. So let's see how diverse we can get. So rep your area, come say hi, leave a review, whatever it is. Say it with your chest. Greatest words to ever be spoken. And yeah, yeah, it's good stuff. Updates. So for those who got to that episode and has been following along, last week the LCS walkout was ended in less than optimal results. So games have started.
Yeah, like did you see look up any information as to how what kind of agreements they came to or
No.
oh,
I
okay.
did look into it. The headline for it was that failed to achieve any major breakthroughs in its negotiations, but I'm not surprised there due to the fact that it was already said prior that they weren't going to give them anything.
Mm-hmm.
That was what it was. I'll put a link in the I'll send you the link now, but I'll put it in our server later, and let you see the one I'm reading. And yeah, so it really didn't go as planned, frankly. But again, like I said, I'm not surprised. So the day this goes live, it will been 2 days since the split started. We're recording on the actual day of the beginning,
Of
and
the end.
of the end, and it's interesting. It seems like everyone is just kind of like taking it in stride and just kind of like trying not to let it affect
Going
anyone.
through the paces.
Well, not necessarily going through the paces, but just trying not to let what happened affect their enjoyment of what they do. So it is what it is in that front. We have Mortal Kombat 1 ever closer, and we have Street Fighter 6 ever closer for my fighting fans out there. For
And for
the
those space fans,
space
we
fans,
got
Starfield.
Starfield.
That
I finally got around to watching the freaking trailer and the direct. It looks great. I have high hopes,
So yeah, so
but
director's that.
I I am also scared because of Bethesda's recent track record.
These might get complicated quick.
Yeah, so fingers crossed we get a good game because yeah, we need some. The past couple of years have been kind of dry on good new games.
What else we got? Zuko is begging for my food, per usual. Also, for anyone who's been following our journey with our boy here, he's doing fine. He is adjusting very well and is basically showing his true assholery, which means he is comfortable with us as his new humans. So, things are going great on that front. And I think that's pretty much it in updates in those fronts. Any updates for you, Inferno? Anything you would like to share?
I need a PlayStation 5.
Got it.
Yeah, I also got around to watching the PlayStation showcase. Uh, they have some good games. Finally saw the trailer for Final Fantasy 16.
Oh no, I miss Final Fantasy.
Holy shit.
But
Like, it looks good.
but I'm switching the PC, so no more consoles for me.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of games that both Xbox and Sony showed should be coming to PC, but I do think some are going to stay as console exclusives.
which is fine. Like, keep them what it is. What it is. Like I said, I don't have the money to spend on what I want, so like the TFT split, not split, the new season for TFT, it's bonkers. It's stupid. I'm going to hate it, but I don't have 40 something bucks to get, you know, my Yordle
I
and
mean,
all of his things.
you do. You just don't have to eat water for a while.
No, I don't. I don't have any more of my paycheck. My paycheck is gone. I gotta wait till next paycheck, and then that paycheck gonna be gone. I don't got no money.
Life.
So
things got real.
Things got real quick, but we're all good on the front there. For those who have been waiting for the Consumed by TV collab would be the word. It's coming. It's we figured out when we're gonna have to do it. It's probably gonna have to be on a weekend, and we'll work things out on that front.
I mean, I feel like that makes the most sense because that's when most people are available.
Well, it's just more so if that's easier for him to get away. It's not necessarily more available. It's just I'm not doing guac shit on a weekend. So like whenever he's off work, I can be available. Same with you. You're usually not gone.
Usually.
But there is some fill in, so go check that out on the YouTube. I'll put the socials in the in Discord in the description. He invited me to an impromptu, and we just let loose. I do apologize for the audio quality now because apparently Discord gave us the biggest middle finger ever while we were recording.
Yeah, it does that.
And all of our voices are low on everyone's recording. So my version, they're low. His version, we're all low. The third person that was with us, Matt, literally Discord just gave us the biggest middle finger. So everyone's kind of low and muffled. So that's going to be one that you probably have to blast your eardrums with to hear what we have to say on that front. But it's nothing like crazy. It was just things that were going on that he wanted to talk about, and so we just let it all fly. Mainly things going on with Twitch and cancel culture and shit
Oh
like
God. Oh, I haven't heard anything about the new cancel culture stuff, but I've heard about the Twitch stuff.
Yeah, it was just us just talking about the cancel culture in general and like how it was being affected with like the Twitch thing, and then like the whole shenanigans with Pride Month and stuff. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. That's live. All of his other great content he has available, and stay tuned for other things to come about. And again, if you want more content from us, or contact as well, become a subscriber. That gives you access to the Discord, which gives you access to us every day, because there's content daily. We're here all the freaking time. We're always playing some game, doing something. They like to do a lot of horror and co-op stuff, so you can,
Speaking
get
of
those steps,
horror,
whatnot.
from the Xbox showcase, I think it was. It looks like a new horror game is coming out. From the trailer, I have to look up the name. I think it's like Below the Sea or something. But it looks like it takes place on an oil rig, and just from the little bit they showed, it gave me Alien Isolation vibes.
So that means Infernal will be screaming in the near future.
And if I get that, then we'll most likely aim to stream it.
We will definitely have videos for that. And so, yeah. All right. Now that we're officially done with housekeeping, we can stop boring people with 10 minutes of nonsense. Shush, boy. Today's topic is in-game content. So, for those who are uninitiated, it is the content that is designed to keep you occupied after you've done the main story and objectives of a game.
Really?
Couldn't tell you. So we'll take it general, and then we'll go with specifics. So generally, how do you feel about the current climate of in-game content that has been provided, and then we'll backtrack into the past of like previous things, so on and so forth, and then rabbit hole as
Well,
things we do.
when it comes to endgame content, could we? Would you consider New Game Plus as a part of endgame content?
Like the game New Game Plus or the concept?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, both, I guess.
I've never played the game itself, so I have no idea.
Well,
but
okay. Well, the mechanic of a New Game Plus. So, like, you beat the story, and then it's like, hey, do it again with all your shit. Like,
yeah, no,
would
that counts because you don't have access to that until after the fact.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's not like you do it and they're like, oh, hey, by the way, you could have done this in the first place. Well, no, it's in game. It's now you have the option of redoing it in a different fashion with all your shit.
That's fair. New Game Plus in Code Vein. I murdered all the bosses.
So,
but
yeah.
But like when it comes to like current state of endgame content, I feel like it's lacking lately in a lot of games. Like I feel like they try to throw in some content to like keep people like playing their game, but like if a game doesn't have New Game Plus or if it just has like a little bit of content here and there, it's like I feel like that isn't good.
Yeah.
Or like it just gets way too repetitive, and or they lock. I'm gonna use Destiny for this one. They lock like a lot of the endgame content behind like either high power level stuff, or you actually have to go find people to play with.
Yes.
Which for, like, I understand with Destiny, it's like it's air quotes an MMO type game. That at least that's what they kept saying. But
so they add fishing.
Yeah, that's why they add fishing, because it's an MMO. now it's officially an MMO. But like when you look at like the current state of Destiny, which could use some work. Well, the main end-game content there, like obviously you have the strikes that you can do at any point, but the main end-game content are the raids and the dungeons. And if you're a solo player, that's not easy to get into. Like, yes, they do have the fire team finder, which it's great when you can find people to play with that are, nice. But the horror stories of people I've heard of like joining these fire teams that are posting and or just see their posts, and it's just like, why would I want to play with you?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's definitely a problem that I feel like almost to a point I feel like is only specific to Destiny. Cuz like Overwatch, you have, obviously there's not necessarily in-game content for that because it's an FPS, but you can find people to play with, and for the most part, yeah, you're going to get your usual toxic trash talk, whatever, you suck, this, that, and the third, but that's pretty much it.
I mean, that's also just the video game environment these days.
Also true. But with Destiny, it almost seems like they don't... It's almost like a cult. That in-game content is only for the initiated, and you can't be initiated by any means outside of the way that everyone else did it. So even though like typically the rule of thumb is that you want the people who come behind you to be able to complete the various tasks easier because they don't follow the same mistakes or like inefficiency that you did. But they're like, fuck that, you need to do this, 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 so that you have this, this, and this, just so that you can do this.
If you want to join this fire team, you have to have the first day emblem the day it came out, same day. You have to, the moon has to be in equinox, and you have to be a Taurus.
And you have to be a Taurus with a Cancer rising. Like, it...
Like, that's literally how some of these, like, posts look. I'm just like, especially like day one raids. It's like everyone wants to do it. Like it's a new raid. Why do you expect people to know the mechanics? Like right, like there were so many posts I saw when oh god, which raid was it? It wasn't Leviathan. Um oh god, I'm
Garden?
blanking out. Yeah, Garden. Like there were so many people like saying it was day one, and everyone was saying have first clear emblem when the raid just came out and no mechanics. It's just like, how am I supposed to one have the emblem and two understand the mechanics if I've never done this before? It's like,
Yeah, like I said, they want. It's like, and that's also why, because Destiny will always come up in conversation because it
yeah,
is just
sorry
a
about that.
shit show. I'm not.
Well, I feel like I'm inclined to apologize because I feel like I'm always the one that breaks the Destiny.
Um, and because it's like, how how do you choose to add content? What obviously it's not, Bungie's fault in and of itself. Outside of like the content that they choose to add, that's on them. But it's not their fault that the people who play Destiny seem to be like the worst of the worst. Because like you said, there it's like, oh, hey, this new thing came out today. Everyone's trying to do the challenge to clear it with their, be the first to clear.
Yeah, or just see how far they can get.
Or how far you can get.
If it's like their first time doing a raid.
And then you have, like you said, there's like, oh, you must have first clear this, that, no mechanics or whatever. I was like, first off, even if I did have those things, there's no way in diddly dick that I'm knowing all of the mechanics in one run.
Yeah, no, like how King's Fall, like it's a reprised raid, and we did it back in D1, but it's like it's been years since I last did it. I'm just like, yeah, I do apologize. I don't remember most of these mechanics.
It's like I don't remember shit, and even if I did, it's like when we were taking people through Leviathan.
Like that was fun.
And it's like
Well, it's frustrating at times.
It was hella frustrating because raids suck dick. They're the worst thing ever. I hate them. They're awful. Dungeons, perfect balance.
Yeah, dungeons are fun. Like, because it doesn't have as many encounters as raids do, but the mechanics are still there, and you also don't need to listen to like various people just yelling in your ear.
You got three. It's you and two other people. Typically, they're people that you know because most people can find a fire team, right? So
because dungeons definitely allow people to actually more of what's the right word? The right ability. I can't words today. The ability. There we go. I'm adding extra words when they shouldn't be there. The ability to play with their friends without having to worry about like another 3 people to get together.
Right. Or those 3 people being, toxic dickholes. And like just like ruining the thing or whatever. But it's like when we were doing that, and it's like if we were to expect people to understand how it's supposed to go on every encounter the first time would have been stupid. Because it's like, yes, this is what's supposed to happen, but the reality is that what happens is dictated on obviously how you do the mechanics, but also does everyone's loadout. How everyone doesn't have thing. Which is a thing, and it's like, but also there's multiple ways you can accomplish the goal. It's just obviously you have the number 1, which is the most efficient, and one that like puts out the most damage, helps you do this, that, and the third combination, whatever. There will always be the most optimal way to do it. But realistically, no one and their mother is going to go through extra steps to build a specific loadout just to do one thing if their loadout is suffice enough, if not comparatively good as the optimal loadout. So it's
Yeah.
like what do you expect from me? And especially coming from me, because you know I hate the concept of meta because it's
Yeah.
bullshit. Like meta is just your way of socially bullying people into playing a game in a certain fashion, and then it becomes stagnant, and it's fucking annoying. And so I will play what I damn well please, and then
Keep the
maximize
speed, Lulu.
that. Attack speed on hit Lulu is viable again, but I'm not doing it with randos because I still need backup.
I heard Poppy's doing pretty good right now in League.
Poppy never stopped doing good.
Well, apparently she's doing a lot better now with the current junglers and all that being played. So,
Yeah.
have fun top lane.
Um, I went back mid. I brought Ziggs out. Ziggs life. I'm because I'm on a ranked kick. So after we're done recording, we're going to Fortnite. I got back to 50%. So I got my points back up to that point because Rando fucking threw. He literally was so far ahead, and I'm literally see a person like flying over him, and the way that they landed, there was no way you couldn't hear. Like they landed right behind him, and they just took like half of a magazine to the back before they turned around, and I was like, you're done. You're done. And then, of course, I'm 1v3 at this point because the person caused a bunch of noise, the NPC got involved, and then the people who were actually at that location started shooting me up, and I'm just like, you suck major monkeys of all things.
Monkey.
So yeah. I'm totally on a ranked kick right now. Because mainly, that's the only way to get people to play serious, is if there's something on the line. And instead of, like, I can't go into norms and expect them not to give up after 10 minutes because one lane's doing bad. That's a game. Someone has to do better. It's fundamentally built in competitive gaming. One team has to be better than the other because that's who wins.
Yeah.
There's no draw in these games. Unless it's like FPS, but then even then, it still comes down to who died.
Technically, you could have a draw in League of Legends, but no one will be happy.
I don't. How do you, outside of literally someone shutting the game down? Like there's no mercy rule in League in place, is there?
Man, no, but man, I wish there were at times.
Yeah, so it's like you're either stuck. If it becomes that long, it's no longer a game of like skill. It's mental capacity.
Yeah, it's a game of who is going to crack first.
Yeah, who's gonna crack first? You and Sacred still hold the longest game record, don't you?
One of them, yeah. Yeah, because like our longest game, and this was back in season 4, I think. I think we went for an hour 30 to almost 2 hours.
Yeah, my longest one was an hour 45, and I think that was our Clash one that we won.
Yeah. Oh god, I remember that one. I still don't know how that one went so long.
Because we didn't fucking give up like a bunch of bitches. Like, that's why I was like, don't go into competitive if you're going to give up. Like, Royal never give up. Follow them. Like, just don't do it. Get your ass beat with pride. Or beat some ass with pride. Like, I don't... it's so confusing. It's like, why would you waste your time? Like, I understand in their mind, they're like, oh, we're not going to win. Just go on to the next one. But you don't know that.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10... any team that's steamrolling, that's made of random people, they always get cocky and start fucking up. And then you can capitalize on it. Because they think up to this point, you've died to them, but it hasn't been the same way each time. So once you figure out what needs to happen, then you start effectively trying to formulate that condition to
happen so you win. And then once you win, they have to then change the their lose condition. Because, for example, with like Aatrox, a lot of his win condition is the fact that everyone is going to get distracted with other people, then completely focus and kill him. Because if you don't, he just keeps flying around, smacking the crap out of you and healing, and then he ends up beating you. Because everyone's like, oh, don't focus the tank, focus everybody. Obviously, you want to put more into who's going down sooner, but be hitting everyone. AoE's the way to go.
Do it.
Because the tank, minus League logic, isn't supposed to do damage, but they're still doing damage. They're still doing damage. They're still picking away at your health bar. They're still repositioning you, or disengaging, or displacing. It's still affecting the fight. So you can't just turn a blind eye to someone because they're like, oh, we're not going to kill him in time. You're not going to kill the other people because this person's doing what they're supposed to do, which is be in our way. So you need to then change your method of this all-in, balls-to-the-wall nonsense and change it up. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes you need to do it because they can't react to, oh shit, they're all coming.
We're gonna die.
And then, yeah, you freeze up and you panic. You're like, oh god, who do we focus? Like, don't focus. It's like, just smack them all.
Smack that.
And it's like, oh, whatever. And so, I don't get it. I don't know why you can't play serious and regular matches. So, I'm just stuck on ranked for all the time. So, once I get the gold in Fortnite, I'll be done with that.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I would prefer people to not be like super serious in norms.
I don't.
It's like yes, you have to have some level of like seriousness, but you also need to have, like, because people need to remember that norms is where you go to practice. Like, that's where you practice your people, or just to like not have it like a freaking like brain wrenching, stress inducing game.
Don't play League. All things are stress inducing, because the reality is that if they're not playing serious enough, you can't enjoy the game of doing anything.
Well, that's the thing. Like, League used to be able, you used to be able to like not play super serious in norms because like that's what you're supposed allowed to do. But now everyone has this like ranked mindset where it's like, oh, I have to win, I have to murder my opponent no matter what. And it's like, if you don't play anything meta, or it's like, oh, I want to try something new. No, it's like the people are like, oh no, don't do that. It's like,
but I'm going to do it, and then it's okay, fine. I will concede to the point of it's less of them playing serious. It's the lack of mental fortitude of a tantrum. That if they don't get their way, they then will just ruin it by either not playing or purposely sabotaging.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you can report them this, that, and the thing, but again, there's no real consequence in that, because the reality is that if you're willing to ruin a game because you didn't get your way, you not playing the game isn't really ruining your day or anything. There's no real risk to your behavior. There's no, if I do this, then, oh, I won't be able to do this. It's like, oh, well, I didn't want to play anyway, so what? And most times, a lot of that behavior is like, the most they get is like a slap on the wrist. So it's like, you're still going to pull this shit again because you don't have the mental stability to play this game. And I need you to be out of here. Because I would like to improve upon, like you said, you want to play new champions, you want to try new things out, but even doing that, if I don't have anyone else around me that's actually attempting to, objective, win the game, so much, who cares if I'm practicing? You can practice all you want, but if you don't know what you're doing is actually working in the sense of what it would be used for, it's useless time wasting. And I just need a better game than League. And it just doesn't exist right now.
Oh, it does not.
Because it's like, obviously Paragon came back in all of its various facets, but like it's not the same. So like realistically, I just need another game that's the style of League that isn't a ripoff of each other. Like, you know, because you got League, you got Smite, and you have the League, the literal League ripoff. Like, it's called, like, it has Legend in the name or something.
I don't know.
I can't remember, but it's like, it looks like the UI and everything looks the same. Like, it's ridiculous. So it's just, yeah, you know, the consequences of sticking to the fact that it's like, with all the bad there is, it's like I still can have some level of enjoyment in the game, mainly just proving that I'm better at certain things than people. Yeah. And that's pretty much where it comes from. It's just selfishness and spite.
Yeah, it's from all your time in COD.
I want to go back so bad, but I don't think I'll
trash.
ever. I won't be able to go back. I just won't be able to. There's, like you said, it's just not good anymore. There hasn't been a good COD game for me specifically to go back to. Because I remember I put Warzone on my computer, but I still hadn't launched it again because I was like, I need COD in some facet back in my life, but I still hadn't launched it. And then obviously like the whole thing with like people like stealing your IP information, all that stuff. It's like, never mind. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. So yeah, but all right, let's see. Yeah, what we got? Let's check the Reddit. Let's see. We're gonna do our Would You Rather. So let's pull up the Would You Rather thread and let's see if we can find something good. All right, what is your all right, that one's stupid. All right, what scenario would you rather be stuck in? Would you rather be stuck in a real haunted house where the ghost tries to scare you away? Be in a forest in the middle of the night hunted by a Wendigo?
I don't need it till dawn, thank you.
On the cruise ship that's being stalked by a megalodon?
Who let the shark out?
In the middle of Loch Ness being stalked by its famous monster?
Yes, you know.
In the middle of the desert being targeted by a skinwalker?
Oh God.
Or in Boggy Creek being followed by the Boggy Creek monster?
Yeah, just give me the haunted house.
Oh God. Yeah, realistically, that's the only one that isn't going to like probably end in my death.
It's like out of all of those, the ghost is just trying to scare you out.
Yeah.
So it's like,
What are you doing?
I'm okay with that. I don't need to be attacked by a megalodon. Nessie, no. Skinwalker, hell nah. And I played Until Dawn. I don't need to repeat that in real life.
All right. This is... Oh yeah, no, that's fucking rough. Okay. Which which apocalypse scenario would you rather? Zombie apocalypse, specifically The Walking Dead. Okay. A nuclear apocalypse.
Fallout.
Plague that wipes out 90% of the world above 18.
Well, we're screwed.
The new Ice Age. Society and government collapse. Basically where humans form tribes that kill each other over land and resources.
Hunger Games, got it.
Or 70% of world population has gone insane with bloodlust and tries to kill the rest of humanity.
Honestly, after hearing all of these, how about the plague that kills everyone above 18? Because that way I don't have to be here. It's like,
that's
fuck that.
why I just
Bye-bye.
that's it. I just game over. I'm outie.
Like if that one was on the list, just the, like with without the easy out option, I'm gonna say the Fallout one.
Okay. Hush, Zuka.
Cause I mean, yeah, technically The Walking Dead, like zombies aren't like bad to deal with. It's just I'd rather not have to deal with that, to be honest.
Yeah. I would go zombie only because of the fact of like I don't radiation's a bitch.
Oh, it is.
Because radiation won't just kill you, it will slowly and painfully kill you. And I'm not here for that. I'm not here trying to be tortured because I'm surviving. God forbid that you survive it. Like that's like no, because you're just perpetually irradiated. But it doesn't kill you. You're just like no, I don't need Mountain Dew piss. Is where I'm getting at. All right, let's see if we can do.
I mean, with all the radiation, you probably will be pissy Mountain Dew.
Yeah, probably. All right, let's see. Schmel. Let's see if we can find one more good one. All right. Would you rather accept an immortality or just remain normal? Here's the caveats. You don't know what type of immortality it will be. Anything that can be classified as immortality is a possibility. Keep in mind you could become unkillable but still age, so you'd just be a rotting sack of meat or bones for all eternity.
Hey, look what I can do!
Or you could get a nice never age deal, and adding more to it, there is a version where you die but don't stay dead. So Jack Harkness syndrome.
Okay. Meliodas is who came to my head.
Yeah, Meliodas, which is the Wombo combo. He can die, but he won't stay dead. Also, he just lives a long time anyway. Yeah. So you taking the gamble? Taking the immortality gamble or nah?
I'm a gambling man. It never ends well, but I'm a gambling man. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do it.
I am saying no to the hell diggity dog no.
Hell no.
To the hell no. All of the reasons why I wouldn't do it. Typically, when you gain immortality in any of these facets, your mind does not change. It's typically usually just your body, at least from my understanding. So, you're not going to be able to remember a lot of shit. You will start forgetting something. Some things and a lot of things. I don't want to experience the pain of death periodically. And it doesn't have to be like back to back, but like I could still die in this sense, but not stay dead, which, you know, counts as immortality if you don't stay dead. You still feel that pain, whatever caused your death. Not a fan. What's the other one?
It is but the flesh wound.
I also, like, as, you know, described, you could just keep aging and just basically be a sentient dust.
You can be the, the face of Ooh.
The face of Ooh?
I think that's what his name was.
Or the face of Bo?
Face of Bo. There we go. I know
Yeah,
there's
he's
one
just a
in there somewhere.
giant psychic head.
Yeah.
That still would be better. Because I would still have people taking care of it. Like, I'm not rotting away. I'm old as dirt, but I'm not rotting away. Granted, the transition might have sucked of having a body and then not having a body.
Yeah.
Ooh, even could be like Cassandra, who ended up just becoming a sheet of skin.
Oh, yeah. Moisturize.
And she stayed the fuck up a long time. And then she started conscious hopping, so form of immortality. Also that if that ends up being the thing that when one body is giving out, you just switch consciousness. Your consciousness switch to another body.
I'm outie.
Two things problematic with that. What body are you switching into? Are we body jacking someone?
It's however you're feeling that day.
Like, are we body jacking someone?
I guess.
Are we pulling an Xavier in like the end of Last Stand, where he just goes into a body of someone who was in a coma for like wherever, so they functionally weren't there anymore? It was just he's like, oh hey, how's it going? And you're just like, excuse me. Also, adjusting to that, I have to now relearn how to use myself. It's not something that comes to mind a lot, but you learn how to use your body.
Left foot forward, right foot forward.
Yeah, but like you learned how to use your body. Now you have to learn how to walk again. All over again. Like, you don't know how strong this person is. You don't know how weak this person is. You don't know what pre-existing conditions this body has. So you gotta find out all of that. Like, are you now allergic to peanuts?
I need a new body, please.
Are you allergic to shellfish? Like, no, I don't like it. None of it. Just let me die.
Killing me.
Killing me.
I feel like that's how it would feel like if you say woke up one day and you were in like the body of your one of your video game characters.
Oh, well, ones that are like death prone. Yeah, no, kill me.
I won't say death prone. Just like because it's a new body and all that, so like that's.
Yeah, but you would have means of like fixing it though. Like you'd be able to learn it, and get to use. But again, if you're in your video game, theoretically you wouldn't have any of those problems because they're designed to be the perfect version of it. So it's like you're not gonna have any problems, whatever this, that, third. I don't know. It's I just think it would be really shitty. In all generalizations. Let's see here. I had one more thing I wanted to do. Oh, yeah. So back to our original topic. What would be prime, optimal, delicioso, chef's kiss? Run it back. Let me hit it one more time. In-game content.
Well, going on the idea that I said earlier about like New Game Plus, one thing I thought that would be interesting with some games, have it where like some, but not all NPCs will remember what the MC did in the previous playthrough. And depending on what they did will determine how they react to you and what kind of missions you get from them.
I do like that a lot. That is a really good idea. I had something similar of I want the game to like kind of like be like what was it? Free Guy, like the game that they originally designed where it evolved as you played.
Mm-hmm.
I'd kind of want something like that, where obviously there would be a limit because you don't have like the capacity to like have an infinitely growing game. But to some extent, I would like it to be like here for using Pokemon, because Sword and Shield came the closest of having it happen. So you go through, obviously you go through your main thing, you beat your big bads or wherever your half of whatnots, and you become champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you play through as champion. You now have to challenge whoever else comes through of um the Elite Four, and it's like
But you have to like,
whoever's next.
so you have to basically like hold on to your title.
But you have to hold on to your title, but like it's almost but like the same like for example like I would like to know what was Cynthia's doing because obviously you see Cynthia out. She's not always at like where she is.
Yeah.
Where the so it's like to be
Yeah, what
out and
kind of work.
about and still be obviously training, but again hold your title, but also like the previous champion, depending on like how things went or whatever, if it was like decisive or if it was like a close battle or whatever, they may come back through the process. Like you can't just like keep going back like someone who can't keep going through like the Elite Four kind of deal. Like you collect the 8 badges as in one attempt. So once you either get defeated or maybe not when you get defeated, but like once you beat them, you have to start all over. You have to go back through and fight all of the gym leaders again, but they're not stagnant. Like they've increased over time. So it's like
Um.
when you did it, they were like level 20 or whatever, but
Yeah.
since time has progressed, they've still been training and challenging people. How are their
So
Pokemon still at the same level?
yeah. So they kind of did that in Scarlet and Violet. Because once you become the champion in Scarlet and Violet, the other champion, because they have multiple champions, like it's weird stuff. Um, they basically she basically has you go do gym inspections to make sure that the gym leaders are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Hilarious.
So you actually have to go back and fight all of the gym leaders again, but this time they're using their actual teams. So basically, like the teams that they use, like for like new challengers, aren't their actual teams,
Right.
minus their ace, obviously,
Yeah. So
because like yeah, because everyone and each of them had their own aces, and they just brought them out. But yeah, no, it. See, I would still like them to make a Pokemon game because some of it kind of worked with it. I mean, not with the character you could play it though, with different age characters. Like I've talked about this before. Like have it where it's like you can choose like what kind of age person you want to be and go through the story that way. Obviously, depending on like your age can determine how the story plays out, which I think that'd be interesting. But have it where like you can go to the different regions and take on those gyms, on those gym leaders and Elite Fours and all that. Like seriously, like there's so many regions. Like I wish uh Pokemon Center, just Pokemon would just make a huge game just to do that.
we need a ESO style Pokemon
That'd be cool.
where you have access to all your regions. You go through the various story or whatever, and do it like that or whatever. And then obviously, I would say
And like
take out the obviously the groups, the village groups, because that would just kind of wonkify everything.
well actually no, I feel like you could still have some of the groups. Like you can say like have it where like the story takes place after the various Pokemon games that we've had. So like certain villain groups are no longer there, maybe some remnants, are there. But I feel like if one villain group would still be around, it would be Team Rocket.
Yeah.
Like
I would
I feel
like it to be like not like the ones that we know, but like maybe like a super one. Like it's just one organization.
Super Rocket.
Yeah, Saber Rocket essentially. Where it's like, okay, each region has their own branch of it dealing with, trying to do what they're doing, and it's like it's not just for continuity reasons, because all of the like teams have done something that would literally just screw over everyone else in the world. So it's like you need something that is
like the only teams that didn't try it in the world was Team Skull from Sun and Moon, Team Yell from Sword and Shield, Team Star from Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I think those are the only ones that didn't try to end it in the world. Everyone else tried to end it in some way. Well, actually, no. Team Plasma, they were just trying to liberate Pokemon from people. They weren't trying to end the world. They were just trying to free Pokemon.
They were trying to end it as we know it.
Yes. The last one that really tried to mess everything up was Team Galactic, because they wanted to rewrite the universe.
Yeah, that one was ridiculous.
And then Team Aqua and Magma, well, they were something.
Let's flood the bitch, or let's drought the bitch.
Let's dry this bitch up.
Like, it's fucking terrible. All right, as we wrap things up here, let's see what we got. Recommendation of the week. And since I recently saw a movie, what would be your movie recommendation? Past, present, or future?
No Game, No Life Zero.
All right, for anime fans out there.
And for non-anime, this one popped up in my head recently for some reason. Poseidon. The one about the cruise ship.
Ah, yes, that was a good one. That was enjoyable. Obviously, since I just saw it and was enjoying it, for the Transformer fans, Rise of Beasts, go see it. And for just in general, let's see, what movie's been on my mind? I would say, I know it's because I saw it on TikTok and it looked good. Nefarious. I have no idea. I just saw a video of a scene on TikTok, and I thought it was a movie that was already existed. Nah, this bitch was in the theaters.
It's not the one where Nicolas Cage is a vampire, is it?
No, that's something else entirely.
Okay.
It is, so the scene I saw is a inspector somewhere is talking to this guy, this prisoner or whatever, and he's talking to him, and apparently this guy claims or is a fallen angel. And they're discussing how everyone makes them to be out, like, they call him a demon or whatever, and he's like, I was talking theology coming from a demon, and I was like, well, I know more about theology than any human ever will. So he's speaking as if he's not human. What he is specifically was not revealed in that moment. He was called a demon by the other character or whatever. That scene alone seemed interesting enough that I'd be like, see what the hell happened.
And then Lucifer starts playing.
I need to finish that show. It's a lot to finish. I need to finish a lot of shows. You need to start a show so that I'm trying to finish.
I have so many shows I need to watch.
You have so many, and yet I don't hear progress being made.
Yeah.
So, as we say our goodbyes to you all, I want to thank you again for all who have followed and viewed and listened and all that in between up to this point. You're the reason why we keep this going. Also, since there seems to be enough of you now, leave them reviews. Tell us what you think of the episode that you listened to. If you get through all of it, if you don't get through all of it, was the sound kind of bad? Was we too loud? Were the topics It's something.
If you skip to this point, what are you doing?
What are you doing? If there was a topic that we were discussing that you would like to discuss more with, feel free to reach out. Socials are in the description.
Topics you want us to talk about, let us know.
Also reach out. All that good fun and dandy stuff. So yeah, let's get these reviews up. Let's get the word out. Share it, spread it. Let us be all up in your ears on a weekly basis, and if you're a subscriber, twice on a weekly basis, or more, depending on how invested you are to interacting with us. You may be in for the long haul and want to be up in it on a regular basis. And yeah, so with that, we bid you adieu for We're Not Staying. And, well, frankly, you shouldn't either. Go listen to another episode.
Okay, well, see y'all next time.
Deuces.
Jesus, man.